The Windx65 is one of my favorite sounding builds on this channel, and here we have the Windx98, following the footsteps of the original Windx and the X65. Is it as great as I found the Windx65 to be? This video is brought to you by PCBWay. It was recently PCBWay's 8th anniversary, meaning you can get coupons and discounts on their PCB manufacturing, assembly, and CNC machining services. Additionally, PCBWay just opened up their OEM service, which covers product designing, development, PCB manufacturing, and supply chain management, so you can deploy and distribute your products with ease. With OEM, you can streamline, optimize, and reduce the cost of large-scale manufacturing and assembly. Learn more at the link in the description. The Windx98 is, as you guessed it, Exploded 98. It's gasket mounted, but the Group I version will also have top mounting capability. We've got hot swap and soldered PCBs, and also, this is new, a Bluetooth hot swap PCB. All of them have daughter boards, and for layout options we have 7U bottom row, step caps, split left shift, and ISO enter. However, you will have to replace the sockets on your own if you want to use these, because only the holes are provided. We've also got a whole bunch of foams, including a thin case foam, thick case foam, bottom hot swap PCB foam, IXPE sheet, and plate foam. For the in-stock sale, there will only be polycarbonate plates, but the Group I will also have aluminum, brass, carbon fiber, and FR4. And after negative feedback from Discord members, more conventional color choices have been added, including white and yellow, black and gray, silver and purple, gray and blue, and black and orange, the WinLab theme colors. The original blue and red, gray and chocolate, and white and pink remain. Looped Gateron ink stabs are included, and the board will come fully assembled, so technically all you have to do is add switches and keycaps. Stock Gateron switches will also be available as add-ons, so really this is a custom keyboard being sold in a pre-built style. Finally, the board will run you $320, with the Bluetooth config being $350. Like Tenet, we have two separate PCBs for the numpad area and everything else. I'm going to break off the excess bits. Here already are the included Gateron ink stabs looped with 205 grade 0 and XHD BTC. The stabilizers included with the prototype weren't installed, so I looped these myself. I'm gonna add on the plate foam since this is a lot of cuts, polycarbonate plate, and stock Gateron CJs. Something new for the X98 is the use of gasket socks, instead of traditional sticky pour-on gaskets. This is just like the QK65. We're going to slide these onto the ends of the plate tabs. Next, I'll put in some case foam, and you can see here that even if you don't get the Bluetooth PCB, your case will still have the battery pit. On top goes PBT Fans Neon, because I only have so many keycap sets that have number pad support. Before you listen to the config we just built, I'll show you the best I could get the board to sound without tape. That is just an amazing pitch, and we'll talk about it in a bit, but here's the initial config I built. My first thought was to tape the PCB up because it's very quiet. I thought it might have been the CJ's fault, so I swapped them out for green jackets. Just for fun, let's take another listen to that super deep config. It's going to take a bit to make this board sound alive because of how many cuts are in the plate and PCB. If you do end up going with polycarbonate, chances are you will be depending on the plenty of foams included. Only changing CJs to green jacket linears did quite a bit, so I guess CJs just weren't a strong sounding switch to begin with. But what really surprised me was how deep this board got just from another foam. It didn't even need tape mod, even though that would have made it louder. I think the sheer size of this board has a lot to do with this. Just like how larger size correlates with lower pitch in musical instruments, your best bet is probably going for a deeper sounding build. Although I am really intrigued as to how the other plates and top mounting fare in this board. With just the thick case foam and plate foam, the board is very bouncy and flexy. This is because, well, the PCB is like half air, and of course, this also significantly deadens the sound, so I really wish they would have kept the more minimal cuts that the Windx98 PCB had. But on the bright side, you do get a ton of foams to mess around with to configure your sound and feel. With the bottom PCB foam, there is significantly less bounce, but I think this is a worthy trade for the sound improvement. The top looks the same as the Windx, with the small brass accent above the arrows. The only difference here is the addition of the multicolored stainless steel PVD-X accent to the right of the escape. To me, this only really works with the monochrome board colors and kinda looks out of place on the rest, especially on mine with the brown bottom. It takes away the class that this colorway would otherwise have by adding just a little too much flair. Personally, for this gray and brown colorway at least, I would have liked for this X to be brass, like the top and bottom accent. Besides this, the case design has no new additions or changes, unless you count the battery pit thing. It's the same small filleted edges, same triple piece assembly, same triangular feet, same bottom accent, and same text with the board name on the right side. So somehow I got the short end of the stick on everything new with the Windx98. The sound wasn't great to begin with, and the new accent doesn't look the best with this color scheme. In the end, these are still both heavily preferential changes, and whether they do you any good or not boils down to your choices for the aesthetic and feel of your new board. Windx boards have always been pretty cost effective, and this is no different. With how little 1800 layout custom boards there are out there, it's great to see a new one in a familiar design. Overall, if you can get past these minor gripes, I think the Windx98 is a great option for anyone wanting a 98% with just a little bit of extra flair.